This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slip covers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Come on. Why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance. It keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/iHeart. That's greenlight.com/iHeart.
Miss us out at the State Fair? Well, shop all of your 2025 fair designs, including that Wheel of Topics t-shirt in the KFAN Pro Shop today. And be on the lookout for a few brand new variations as well. Secure your new KFAN swag today at KFAN.com/store.
Level 13-14 pastime common He's Tennessee. The legendary Mark Rosen is here. Text message came in. Bradshaw and Bryant, KFAN text line. It's easy to do. I can't remember the number now. I think it's 6. It's not posted.
64686.
64686, as Tennessee just said. I knew that. This one says, can you restore a roar that never existed? You only have to look back as little as 1957.
That's not that far.
That's not that long ago.
No.
1957, the roar was there. That was the last time there was a roar. So don't give me that, it never existed stuff.
It's been there.
It's in 67, 77, 87, 97, 07, 17, 16. Okay, 68 years ago, but still, it existed. You're getting ripped.
I thought you said during the commercial break you were getting ripped.
That was. You are too. And this one says.
For what?
Weird. Rosen saying both sides as his thoughts.
What's that?
Covers all angles. I think JJ is going to be really good, and I think JJ is going to be really bad. So Tuesday when the game's over, Rosen go, I said this was going to happen. What a fraud.
I didn't say...
Well, you said he was going to struggle. You're going to look like he...
I said the quarter... Okay, if I came out and said, these people are just nuts.
No, he's right, because that's what you said.
No, it's not what I said.
You said he's going to be really good sometimes, and he's going to be really bad sometimes.
There's going to be drives that are going to stall. That doesn't mean he's really bad. It could be a guy dropped the ball. It could be something else that happened. He may overthrow somebody. He may throw an interception. It doesn't makes him human. Makes him a young quarterback. I mean, to say that I think he's still going to have success has nothing to do with. I'm just not trying to. You're trying to put me in a box. Say J.J. McCarthy can do no wrong. He walks on water. It's a business trip. He's going there to absolutely decimate this Bears team, and that's what's going to happen. That's what you want me to say, and I'm not saying it because. Even though text messengers like this guy thinks that's. I mean, because pretty much every quarterback in the league, including the Josh Allens and the Trevor Lawrence, whomever it is, Jalen Hurts may not have great stats in the first half tonight against Dallas. I don't think they're going to bench him. I mean, I just think that every quarterback, of course, is going to go through rough patches. That doesn't mean I'm talking out of both. It's just saying this. He's going to experience all of it in the first game, and he's going to learn from it. And I think he's going to get better and better. That's all. End of story.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
And maybe Tennessee, you'd want to weigh on it as well. You can. Do you have any concerns at all that it's been 2 years since he's taken a meaningful snap? I mean, the preseason doesn't matter. That's meaningless. That doesn't mean a thing.
Concern.
I mean, he hasn't since the championship game against whoever they beat. I don't recall now when they won the national championship. It was 2 years ago.
Well,
it's been a long time since he's taken a snap. Does that concern you at all, or do you think that doesn't matter? Rest. We always talk about rest and rust.
I think his youth is probably more of a concern, no matter if he played a meaningful game or not. I mean, that part of it you can't control. He's 22 years old. There's a history of young quarterbacks not coming out of the gates, flying out of the gates, becoming all pro like in the first 3 weeks of the season. That's what he's bucking. He's working against the trend that most young quarterbacks struggle early on in their careers. That doesn't mean they can't win. It doesn't mean the quarterback whisperer can't put him in a position to still lead his team to a victory with, not having, throw for 325 yards. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a concern, but I think he's been preparing as well as, and again, keep in mind, he could not practice last year with the Vikings during that time after the preseason. So it's not just a matter of not being in a game. It's been game, he hasn't been able to practice. So yeah, there's things that he has to take, he's been studying, but that's not the game. That's not walking into Soldier Field on Monday night when you got, how many 65,000 crazy fans that really believe that Ben Johnson's going to turn this Bears team from an also-ran into a contending team this year, at least in the division. Yeah, it's going to be a learning curve for him. I don't expect him to be, spot on all the time. Yeah, it's a concern. Sure it is, until proven otherwise. Of course it is.
Tennessee, your thoughts?
I hate to agree with Mark Rosen, but I have concerns. Any quarterback that's thrown, right? I mean, Rosen bet against the Tennessee Titans in spread swing because they've got Cam Ward making his debut, right? I mean,
they were playing, yeah,
but
you're right.
Part of it is, hey, you got a rookie quarterback going on the road for the first time, right? And just
correct.
Odds would tell us over the course of the years, typically they don't do well in those situations. Doesn't mean they can't do well. But anytime you're taking a jump up in competition, there is a level of processing and game speed that you need to adjust to. Now, he should know the offense by now. It's not like one of those situations where you haven't seen anything. Like he's gone through a year of seeing film on other defenses at the professional level. He knows KOC's offense by now. So at least some of those concerns you get with a rookie quarterback you're not going to have. But yeah, you're going up against better athletes, faster athletes. It's going to take a while for you to process that. I would also say, I'm guessing the offense is going to have the guardrails on a little bit for him to begin with. Like if you remember 2009, Rosie, when Favre came over for the first time,
he did not look good.
He came well. They weren't even calling plays that he had to, right? Like the first game they played at Cleveland, he was just basically a game manager in that game, and they were going to win with defense, and they're going to win with running the football. And I would imagine, like J.J. McCarthy's not going to be asked to be making 50-yard throws down the field at Chicago on Monday night. I think they're going to do a lot of run the ball, and our defense is going to be good and make a play occasionally, convert a third down every once in a while.
And he has a better team surrounding him than Cam Ward does in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. He doesn't have to be Superman. Cam Ward has to be better than probably what his Tennessee team offers on the field. He's got to be a difference maker, and that's why I don't think he will be in Denver, but I still think Cam Ward will be a terrific quarterback down the road. J.J. McCarthy has a better team around him. He's got Justin Jefferson. He's got, Aaron Jones. He's got an offensive line that on paper looks appreciably better than what they've had in a long time. So that's
Would you trade J.J. McCarthy for Cam Ward right now?
No, I would not.
Tennessee, would you trade J.J. McCarthy?
Well, actually, before the draft, they were saying, hey, if Cam Ward had been in last year's draft, where would he go? And a lot of people would even say, where would J.J. McCarthy go in this draft? And a lot of people said he'd go number one.
Really?
So I think Cam Ward is kind of in the close to the same tier as J.J., but J.J. was thought of to be a higher prospect. He was just in a better quarterback draft.
Yeah.
Just like having this stuff for the record. Save the
no, it's all right.
Just like having the stuff for the record. That's all I'm just
like an elephant.
How about you answer it then?
Yeah, why don't you answer?
trade a New York Minute. And I don't know enough about either one of them. I still don't know about McCarthy. I think he's going to be.
Why would you know anything?
Well, that's part of the problem. We know nothing. I think
that's the fun part about looking forward to Monday.
I think he's going to be a combination. He's going to be somewhere between. What's a name I could throw out there? A Kirk Cousins and a Tobin Rote.
Tobin Rote. You come up with these
All
names.
I know is if they go 3-0 first series on Monday, you won't be the one to panic.
No,
not at all.
That's not your
I will not
style.
be checking my phone on Monday night.
What did you think about Tobin Rote?
I don't remember. I know the name.
Played for the Packers.
I don't remember him playing.
He was battling Bart Starr for the starting job.
Was he really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anyone battled
Tobin
Bart
Rote
Starr.
was a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Tobin Rote.
Yeah. Think of the Packer backup quarterbacks they've had in 3 decades now. Not many come to mind because they haven't had to worry about the quarterback position, and now they still don't have to worry about it.
I'll say it for you, Rosie. McCarthy is born for this moment, and he'll be absolutely phenomenal. I'll bet you lunch at my favorite family restaurant. See you Tuesday at Hooters.
I don't even know what the bet is.
It's a lunch.
He just wants to go to Hooters.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm anxious like everybody else to watch the game. He's got, and I think a lot of it is the trust he has that KOC is going to put him in the best position to succeed. He's in his head. He's been working with him for a year and a half, whatever it is now, and he's on the surface a pretty bright kid who assimilates information, processes it pretty quickly. So
very good.
We'll see.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. There's plenty more to get to here on the Common Man program. More controversial Vikings news and controversial NFL news to get to as well here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabay sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from The Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Country music stars Rascal Flatts are making their return to Minnesota January 23rd at Grand Casino Arena. Catch all of their timeless hits alongside special guests Lauren, Elena, and Chris Lane.
Chameleon.
Tickets are on sale now. Get all the details at KFAN.com.
I know you. Sorry.
Calendar.
I know you. Adam Schefter's back at it. He reports that not that there's really any needed ammo between Philly and Dallas. Apparently, Philly made a play to trade for Micah Parsons. And as you would expect, Jerry Jones said, I'm not trading interdivision.
Right.
But so the Eagles, though, apparently according to Schefter, they made a play for him, and Dallas said no. So
the one thing I heard earlier in the day, I think from the Schefter camp, was that the Packers could have even asked, I think, for another, or Dallas could have asked for another draft pick from Green Bay. Could have been a third, whatever it was. They really wanted to squeeze him a little bit instead of just two number ones. They could have gotten maybe a third as well, and they probably would have given it to him at that point.
Well, everybody says he's the best edge rusher this side of Aiden Hutchinson. So yeah, when you have a play, I mean, he's the highest paid non-quarterback,
right?
In football history, nobody's paid for that kind of money. You probably could have asked for more,
Especially coming down to the deadline. Hey, throw in a third, make it a done deal right now. But they didn't, and all worked out. We'll see. We'll see how his back is.
Well, it is interesting. I mean, this is. And I think we just talked about this during Spread Swinger, else Tenneby and I talked about it.
Mm-hmm. You guys did.
Whereas, going into ever since the end of last season, after a couple of weeks, you start looking forward to the next season. Almost everybody was saying, "Well, yeah, I think the Lions will probably win the division again. Lions will win the division again." Battle with the Vikings, Packers. Then all of a sudden they make one trade, and so Packers are the fashionable pick to not only win the division. I saw there's predictions they're going to go to the big game.
I've seen them,
and they very well could. I'm not saying that's preposterous or ludicrous. But the reason I bring it up, I think it just shows you how good people feel Micah Parsons is, that one guy can change a team that's, they're going to be pretty good. They'll be in the mix. Right, I don't know if they'll get there, and all of a sudden, I think they're going to get to the big game now. That's how good he is.
Well, he's not the quarterback. He's not the offensive line. He plays one position, and he can have a big impact. And other people I've also looked at and said, I think the guy's overrated a little bit, and he can be knocked out of games, and teams concentrate on him. And if you look at, obviously, he didn't elevate Dallas, did he? I mean, the Cowboys, and I'm not taking anything away from Micah Parsons, but the Cowboys were just a really average team, and he didn't.
Actually, the analytics would show you there's a massive difference between when he was in the lineup and he wasn't in the lineup. Like one of the best defenses in the league compared to one of the worst defenses in the league. Like, he was that big of a difference.
That tells you how bad Dallas must be then. I mean,
yeah.
It tells you how good he is.
Yeah, no, he's been that way. And it's going to make it really tough for opponents to kind of, figure out the Packers and their defense. And it takes a lot of pressure, I think, even off Jordan Love, knowing that they have a guy like that to anchor their defense this year.
Your worst nightmare is the Packers being really, really good, isn't it?
Not my worst nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not.
You, Karn.
Steve Karn.
All your other friends over at Winter Park. You guys are going to be just devastated if he just makes that team.
I think Viking fans in general will be. I mean, we know the rivalry.
What are you going to say come Monday?
Right.
If Micah Parsons has 4.5 sacks and they roll Detroit like 33-6?
Pretty much what I predicted. I told you what was going to happen.
But you just said because it was Green. You said Detroit was going to suffer a setback. That they was going to be on Detroit.
I think
this
they were
would
going
be because of Green Bay.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's not going to be.
And then you'll probably try to undersell Parsons in Green Bay.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, you will.
First of all, they're not going to win 33-6. And secondly, it's kind of a toss-up game, and I don't think it's going to dictate one way or another how the season's going to go. But it is interesting. We got 2 divisional games right off the bat, and very interesting ones. But I mean, in Green Bay, I mean, they would be let down. I think conversely, if your kitty team goes into Curly Lambeau and wins that game, and they do what they've been doing, and picking, well, wait a minute,
going to be delicious.
And Micah Parsons has a good game, but doesn't make a difference in the outcome. It's kind of be a pretty big letdown for Green Bay, I think, on Sunday.
I'm about to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
The offensive and defensive players of the week in the NFC are going to come out of Detroit this week.
Really? Jamar Gibbs? Jared Goff?
Who knows?
Doesn't matter. Aiden Hutchinson back.
Isaac Tesla?
It might be Tesla. It might be Laporta.
Yeah.
And then defensive player, you pick anybody you want. You want Branch, Terrion Arnold, Aiden Hutchinson. You pick them.
And I know it's one game, and I've been the one that's been espousing that, obviously. But I think as far as other than the Vikings game, and obviously, I don't know, whatever one, you can watch the one tomorrow night. Or Baltimore and Buffalo play Sunday night, which is a great matchup. But I think for our division and for our attention spans, I think, especially since Viking fans, they don't have anything to compete with on Sunday. The game is obviously on national TV. The Packers and Detroit game offers so much at Lambeau, and the storylines write themselves right now. So no matter what happens, it'll be panic time somewhere on Monday morning.
We're getting again a number of text messages to me that our signal, our microphones, everything's just awful. Are we doing work? Is there sunspots out there?
Well, our head engineer is not in the country right now.
Oh boy.
But the other people are aware of.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Let's go ahead and take a phone call. Hold on. There we go. None other than Warren. Warren, you're on the fan.
Well, it's good to hear you again, Rosie.
It's good to hear your voice again, too. It's always good to have you, Warren.
I'll say this. You know what may sound funny, but I believe with Green Bay making that trade, that's going to be better for the Central Division. And the reason I say it is I believe that's going to handcuff them. Here's the thing with Parsons.
It's going to do what?
He's not the player. It's going to handcuff Green Bay in the long run. You watch, because he isn't the player he used to be. I don't care what anybody says. The guy can't stay healthy, and if you ever notice late in the season, when it comes to playoff time, he's nowhere to be found because he's wore down by that time. And the thing about Parsons.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Warren. Yeah. If Micah Parsons was released right now, would you want the Vikings to pick him up or not?
I'll tell you what. I'll give you an example. I would not trade. Here's the thing.
Look, I'm asking you a question. If the Packers were to release Micah Parsons, would you want the Vikings to pick him up?
If I was to pick him up, it would be for what I could trade him for. The reason here, listen to this is the truth, okay? I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him for Grenard. Grenard's a better football player.
Huh?
And he is. Grenard is a better football player at this time in their careers, and Van Ginkel's a better football player than he is. If you look late into the season last year, how many touchdowns did Van Ginkel almost score on his own playing for the Minnesota Vikings? He covers, and the thing about him is he gets taken out of games. Do you guys agree on that?
Here's what I'll tell you. I would not trade 2 Micah Parsons for 1 Grenard.
I always love that one.
All right, Warren.
I'm saying,
we'll mull it over. Thanks for saying. I think that's insane.
He's gone insane.
Yeah, he's gone.
And that's saying something with him.
Yeah. Well, he's a Viking fan, and he's showing what I was trying to allude to when I was saying, Mark's terrified of Green Bay. I'm having fun here, right? But I think Viking fans are unsettled by that. I mean, and again, Warren's the only one that thinks Micah Parsons isn't any good because, like I say, Green Bay gave him $47 million, the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. In every single national publication, not every single one, but most of them are picking the Packers now to win the division and maybe win the big game. And it's not because Micah Parsons is disappearing during games. I'm sorry. He's really good. Now, I've never seen him play, but I hear he's really good.
Still waiting for the first official injury report from the Vikings because a lot of intrigue about Harrison Smith, who we all know is still extremely valuable on that defense and kind of the captain, the guy who calls the plays, and an unknown physical ailment.
He's big on the back end.
What's that now?
He's big on the back end.
Yeah, and we don't know what physical ailment has kept him out of practice and health reason that has been undisclosed, and whether or not that's going to be disclosed, I don't know. And then also, although it appears that he's...
What has Karen told you?
She has no idea.
I got a pretty good idea.
Kirsten Jarrett saw as well, and Warren mentioned Van Ginkel. He hadn't practiced in a while, but it all sounds like all hands on deck. We're waiting to hear about Harrison Smith, and that's the only...
And McCarthy hasn't played a meaningful football game in 2 years.
Okay, that's not going to be on the injury list.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. He has not played a meaningful game in 2 years. Take a break. We'll come back. One more segment to go. It's the Common Man program with Common 10 to be and Mark Rosen here on The Fan.
Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. Find a sofa that can keep up at washablesofas.com. Starting at just $699, our sofas are fully machine washable inside and out, so you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics, they're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. It's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit washablesofas.com today and save. That's washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive, and when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that, because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from The Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Vegas, baby. The Power Trip Morning Show is headed back to Sin City October 23rd through the 26th. And this time, it's Vegas your way.
Oh.
Fly how you want, stay where you want, and party with us at Tom's Watch Bar for a live broadcast, plus 2 football watch parties. Your trip, your rules, but always with the Power Trip. Get the details now at KFAN.com/Vegas.
It's a twist on the oldie, but a good. Yep. I'm Common.
Basically, we don't want to plan for your trips anymore.
That's exactly.
Do your own planning.
Well, there's that. I'm Common. He's 10 to be. Yeah, he's the legendary Mark Rosen. Something that a lot of people are talking about. I'm about to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
No one's talking about what uniforms the teams will be wearing in week number 1. Well, they have their choices. They can do whatever they want. I've done some research. Okay. The Vikings have yet to announce their uniform, but they're expected to wear their standard purple helmet and white road jerseys in week 1. So just for those that were wondering, but they've not announced it.
It's usually the home team that has the bigger
The Bears,
decision.
Meanwhile,
right.
Well, no, the Vikings could wear the purple pants.
Well, they could, sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
But they have not announced it. They've not announced what they're doing. They're kind of keeping that close to the vest, kind of surprised.
Oh, boy.
Maybe throw Chicago off. The Bears will wear only their standard Navy jerseys, white pants, and Navy helmets at home this season. No alternates or throwbacks will be used in 2025. That's Ben Johnson. Let's be serious.
Well,
we don't need the gimmicky stuff anymore. Let's play Bears football. Let's play Chicago Bear football like the old Chicago
like the
Bears.
classic Walter Payton, Dick Butkus uniform. I don't think they've changed all that much. They haven't. I don't think they've come out
I've
with
been waiting my entire life.
Here it is. Oh, boy.
No, just let it go.
All right.
I'm going to let this one go. There. That makes everybody happy. The Lions have yet to announce their uniform combination, and we're all waiting with bated breath. But they will be wearing their white road jersey, a traditional uniform combination for the Green Bay Packers in Week 1. Gold helmets, green jerseys, and gold pants. Somebody took time to write this story. Somebody said, hey, we need another angle. Why don't you do what uniform colors are all the teams wearing?
Well, it's all about marketing, too. Sometimes, they can sell those jerseys.
Oh, sure, they can.
That's the way it works.
Fish Wrap Factory West Side, and I'm sure the East did it as well. I'm not taking a look at it yet. I'm sure the Athletics doing the same thing. Everybody is, making your Vikings prediction for this season. And it varied from, I don't think anybody on their staff, they had they got 8 or 9 people that cover the Vikings. You got Suhan and Kramer and all the
Craig.
rest. Craig, everybody.
Yep.
Look, the columnists,
Guessling.
Yeah, guessing everybody. And there were a few that at least one, maybe two had the Vikings. The best record they had was 12-5. And then I think the worst was 10-7. And that seems to be the range I think most people feel. And, I guess that wild card again, I'm going to say his name again, McCarthy. How good will he be? And then will it be a quick study? Will he be cool, calm, confident? Will he have enough help around him that he's able to, hold down that position to a level where you can win? Because it's a tough schedule for all the teams in the NFC North have a tough schedule because you're first of all you've got 6 games against really good teams. Whether you're the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, you have 6 really tough games, and then
I hope to play 500. Really, honestly,
and then you look at the rest of the schedule, and especially and I don't have it in front of me, but aren't they basically saying the first 5 games of the season might be on paper the least difficult for the Vikings, and I
think the Vikings need to go 4-1.
Yeah,
at Chicago, home to Atlanta and Cincinnati, and then
at
Pittsburgh and Browns, both in Europe,
neutral games.
Right.
Yeah.
And then after that,
then it gets tough.
Yeah.
Eagles, Chargers,
Lions,
Ravens, and Bears at home.
Yeah. So Packers, that 12-5. That sounds like, to me, about the high water mark. Again, we could always steal one and go 13-4. Could get one taken from us, because you fumble at the wrong time. You doink one off the upright and you lose a game that way, and they could drop from a 12-5 to 11-6. I could see as low as 10-7. And having 9-8, I guess as well. And then you're starting to play with fire as far as making postseason play.
Postseason, there'll be a lot of those 9-8 teams. I think close to that mark, given the parity as we always have it in the NFL. Even more so, I think this year. Even hearing Courtney Cronin on, who used to be one of us. Now, of course, she's been covering the Bears and for ESPN. Said a lot of good things about what Ben Johnson's doing in Chicago, and especially his relationship with Caleb Williams and blah blah blah. But she says at the same time, when asked for a prediction, she says, I don't see any more than 8-9. Close to 500. Still kind of a year away from figuring things out. It's going to take them some time. They got a lot more skilled positions than what they've had, and that's a pretty objective look at the Bears. And I think most people, unless you're really taking a shot in the dark, are picking the Bears to finish probably at the bottom of a very, very competitive division. And then the rest of them, really, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers. You can make arguments for all of them in terms of what their expectations are, and looking at the schedule, and obviously you can't take into account injuries, but there are arguments to be made for all three. That's why I think it's a fun exercise, but it really doesn't mean anything, obviously. But there's always a surprise team, as you've talked about, you mentioned as well. There's always there's 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs last year
that will make the playoffs.
That will make the playoffs this year.
That means 4 teams that made it.
Right. Which ones will be when the musical chairs stop? Which ones will be out? which team will surprise everyone. And you can't sit here and figure that out right now. You can try, but it doesn't do you any good.
The always entertaining and controversial Charles Barkley is back at it. Did you see this story?
No, I did not.
Says NBA Hall of Famer Charles Barkley defends the league, adding second tax apron. He says, y'all don't want to compete. That's what he said. The NBA's collective bargaining agreement is perhaps the most talked about CBA across all the pro sports, and that's because of the new second tax apron. When the new CBA went into effect in July of 2023, the second tax apron was a huge discussion point because it effectively installed a hard cap on teams for the first time ever. The function of the second tax apron essentially limits high-spending teams from continuing to do so above the salary cap without a bunch of consequences tied to it. Now, if a team surpasses the second tax apron, they'll be hit with several severe penalties that make roster construction incredibly difficult. Went on to talk about the summer boss made difficult roster decisions in an effort to avoid those penalties. Second apron has been widely criticized, and many have wondered why the Players Union never agreed to it. But NBA Hall of Famer Charles Barkley doesn't see it as a bad thing. During an appearance on Bill Simmons' podcast, he said why he thinks a second apron exists, and specifically why to blame it on the players. He said, why do you think they came up with this BS rule, Bill? Because all these guys want to play together and not compete. How many great players do you need on one team? Why did Adam Silver have to put the second apron in? Because LeBron got all his guys together. Durant wanted to play with Golden State. Y'all don't want to win a championship and just compete against each other. Don't get mad at Adam Silver because all y'all want to play together and dominate the league because y'all don't want to compete. I hate when I hear, man, the second apron's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? If y'all stop wanting to play together, we wouldn't have to make a bogus rules to stop y'all from playing together.
Oh, Charles speaks his mind. He makes some sense.
Well, I think there's something to it. I mean, that's always been, I think, I think that's been, and again, it's, the genie's out of the bottle, the cat's out of the bag, and Pandora's out of the box on that. It sort of started when LeBron left Cleveland, went to Miami. They put together, the thing was if you had three really good players together, you're pretty good. And then other teams started doing it. And, they tried in OKC. It didn't work. Durant wasn't, he's getting, later into his career, wanted to win a title. So he goes to Golden State. And he was very productive for Golden. It's not like he rode the coattails of Draymond and the Splash Brothers. He was very, very good. Obviously, he was instrumental. He was, besides Curry, you could probably argue, was the second best player on that club.
Prolific scorer, always.
This is an old take, but the idea that like Bird and Magic didn't get together, Kareem and it just you played it, you got your team the way you did, and you didn't bounce around and form super teams. You just tried to beat other teams like that. So I think Barkley's, I think he's on to something.
Well, and it's kind of a reverse thing. It's what I think it's going to be interesting about, we talked about briefly the other day about baseball's, the real possibility of a lockout after next season, and how, a lot of, the owner, they're insisting on a salary cap. And, you already had a situation where Bryce Harper was screaming at the commissioner of baseball walking into his clubhouse. And the thought process is, well, this is going to force, teams like the Dodgers and, Phillies and the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Yankees, whatever it might be, to kind of come down to the other level. Well, it really should be in reverse. It should force teams like the Twins, the White Sox, the Athletics, Pittsburgh, Colorado, those teams to spend more money. You can't, a lot of their owners aren't close to being motivated to win. They want to spend as little money as possible, and the results are showing. I mean, Colorado's lost 100 games this year. Twins just lost 3 in a row to a team that's lost 88 games this year. And they're not much better right now. I mean, it's an embarrassment. And so it's what will force the teams to spend that money if they get to that point. And it's going to be a heavy duty lift at the end of next year. And baseball better get its act together, because if they sit out again another year, we've had a strike year before, it was a long time ago, but as we've seen, people will just forget that you exist. I mean, you're going to have to prove to them that you want to be serious about this for the first time. So we'll see how that works out.
It really wouldn't be the start of the NFL season without a call from Brodee in Chaska. Brodee,
Good to hear from Brodee.
Yep. Well, what we think. We'll
see what
out.
he has to say.
This is Brodee.
Hey, Brodee.
Yeah, hi, Brodee.
Brodee.
Hey, Brodee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, listen, first I want to know, how come it seems like the only person you answer the phone for there is Moron? Nobody else gets through. I try calling and it's busy or it rings forever.
Warren has a hotline.
What's with that?
Warren has the hotline number. He's got a great football mind, and when he calls, it's sort of like E.F. Hutton. When Warren speaks, people listen.
What do you mean, like
you're not getting that number?
You have like a red phone, like in Batman or something like that?
Yeah, we do. We absolutely, it is red.
He talks about things that nobody else is talking about.
Yeah,
right.
You're just going to talk about how you think the Vikings are great. And
You mean like the stupid things he said today?
I thought he was spot on.
You think those were great football takes today, huh?
Well, let me guess. Would you trade Van Ginkel or Grenard for Parsons? Yeah, see, I didn't think so.
Depends on the salary. It depends on the salary. That's the big difference.
All right.
We're not spending that much.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I wasn't even going to call, but a bunch of people asked me to call in to give my prediction.
They did.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We do want to hear that.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I'm not delusional like Moron. Yeah. I'm not going to come in. I don't come in and say, all our players are better than Micah Parsons. So, and I do understand we have basically a rookie quarterback. So, I'm thinking we're going to win 12 games, 12-5.
Right.
Maybe we could win 13 if a lot of things go right. But then there is things like injuries, so maybe down to 11. But my official prediction is 12-5.
Okay, PA.
12-5 is not bad.
Well, you took a page out of PA's book. PA will go, I think they'll be 12-5. If we steal one and get lucky, we'll go to 13. But PA never goes 10-7, and maybe squeeze out 11-6. But more than likely, we're going to be 9-8. He'll never.
He doesn't make. He makes realistic predictions all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he does. There's no doubt.
Now, what about your guy? What about Rosen? Because he's not going to be on the air before a game, is he?
No, I said. What do you want to hear? I said the Vikings. I predicted the Vikings would win Monday night. Is that what you want to know?
Talking about for the whole season.
It's 12 wins.
Talking about your prediction for the season.
12 wins.
Same as you, 12.
I thought I had 11 or 12. I kind of, I'm looking at. They have to get off to a 4-1 start, and then they're going to hit a really tough part of their schedule. Where if they play 500, they'll be fortunate. So that'll be the rough part of their schedule. Then they can maybe hopefully clean things up at the end and end up either potentially competing for the division title or certainly getting a wild card.
Well, I think 12 is going to win the division. That's my prediction.
All right.
Because it's going to be a tough division this year.
Yeah, it is. A lot of fun starting Sunday.
Are you predicting?
I don't think the Packers are going to finish in last place. You mark my words on that.
Okay.
They won't win more than 6 games.
Okay, Warren.
You just have a bias against the Packers.
Mr. Smart Man.
I think the roar has been restored. I think the Lions will win. I think they duplicate their 15-2 record of last year, and they will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Oh yeah, with that dopest head coach of theirs who doesn't know what he's doing.
They will represent the NFC in the big game, and they will win the big game and bring the first.
He goes for it on 4th down.
1957.
Yep.
The roar has been
sometimes
restored.
you're not supposed to go for it.
Just so you know, the roar has been restored.
There never was a roar. Go Vikes.
Yeah.
All right.
Brodee.
Hey, quick update from Ben Gessling. No injury report out just yet, but according to Gessling, no Harrison Smith or Christian Darrisaw at practice today. But we saw Darrisaw yesterday, so it's likely planned as part of his ramp up. So, I mean, the expectation is that Darrisaw will play. Again, no Harrison Smith, but this does not include the official. This is just what he observed at practice. No, the injury report is not out just yet. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know. That could be problematic if Harry the Hitman's not playing.
How about JJ?
Well, Christian Darrisaw is probably even a bigger factor. JJ, what do you mean?
No, I meant Jefferson. How about Jefferson? He's
fine. Oh,
he
yeah.
is?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're sure.
He's practiced for 2 straight weeks.
Right.
I don't know.
Right, good.
He should be fine. Yeah, I don't think it should be a lingering hamstring problem. Hope not, but there's nothing to indicate that he's had a problem with it.
How's what do your sources tell you about Thielen? How's he been just fit right in like he hasn't missed a a snap.
Well, he knows the playbook backwards and forwards, so I think he'll see a lot of action, obviously. And Naylor's expected to play, and they needed someone to step in. They were unsure about Naylor. And that's why I think it's Thielen and JJ and Thielen and Hawkinson for the most part, and Aaron Jones catching the ball out of the backfield. Maybe Jordan Mason might be the guy that, for your fantasy football team, the guy to look at. I'm anxious. I think a lot of fans are anxious to see what this kid's going to bring to the offense.
And then you got Hawkinson. It's what we call an embarrassment. Embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
You like this club a lot, don't you? You got him 12-5. Well, you got him 12-5. That's a gaudy record in a tough division.
Well, it's very gaudy. That's why. I mean, that might be a little optimistic.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure anyone else will be much better than that. I mean, the Lions have got a hellish schedule, but first place schedule, and it starts this Sunday. So, God, I can't wait for that game. I mean, I'm as excited as I am for the Vikings and the Bears for obvious reasons. I'm really anxious to see.
You're pulling for Green Bay, aren't you?
I'm really not. No, I'm not. I honestly,
just because you want to see me be miserable.
No. I have a really hard time ever. It's in my DNA. I have a really hard time ever pulling for Green Bay.
Yeah, but you want them to beat
Detroit, not really.
so you can skewer me on Tuesday.
No, that's you on Tuesday morning, Monday night during the Vikings game.
I told beginning of the show. I said
you've had enough misery in your life with the Lions.
I've come around to the PAs and the Liebers and you and Tenebee and Bursich and Ron Johnson and O'Connell and
all of them.
You name them. Everybody thinks that J.J. McCarthy is going to be a 15-year starting quarterback. He's going to go down. They'll start once they start ranking all-time Viking quarterbacks. It'll be McCarthy, then Target. That's what it's going to be, and everybody seems to believe it. I don't want to be the guy.
You don't want to be the guy throwing cold water on that.
I want to be the guy that just sits there and everybody's laughing at me, going, you doubted us, Common, but now we're here. Yeah. So I've decided.
Don King said it best.
Yeah, I really truly believe that this kid's going to be something special.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It all starts on Monday night.
I won't see you until.
What if he goes like 25 for 27 for 480 and 3 tutties, just carving up.
This town would be giddy.
Yeah, I'll be giddy. If he puts up those kinds of numbers, I'll leave town. But
well, if he throws how many passes, that means the Vikings are probably losing. If he ends up having to throw 40-some passes, the Vikings are not winning the football
throwing
game.
The ball. I know he wants to balance. No. Yes, he does. These you don't understand, Mark. I thought you knew this after this. These guys that are considered mastermind offensive geniuses love throwing the ball because running plays are just basically standard. Off tackle left, off tackle right. They like having where they got motion going everywhere and they're throwing a crossing pattern here and a button hook there. All these guys love throwing the football. That's what they love to do.
I think you're going to see them running it a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I think a low-scoring game. I think it'll be I think 21 points wins this game.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. Given the Viking defense, the struggles both teams will probably have offensively. They're putting new turf in, that's a factor.
It is a factor. Just like the altitude. You had the altitude hampering Cam Ward.
I know. I had to say that.
What's your big game prediction?
What's your big game prediction? You think the Vikings are going to make it this year?
No.
No?
I mean, I'd love to because I want Karen to get a ring besides the one I gave her. But I'd love to see her get a ring.
Would you get one? You're part of Vikings game day? No. You're extended fan.
I'm not.
You deserve one.
Yeah, you're right. I do. Every year we go through this, and I just think that, sentimentally, and I've watched enough of Hard Knocks to really root to hope that Buffalo gets there. But I got to go with the Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens in the big game.
Against Green Bay?
No, I think...
well, one of these years, Buffalo's going to get there.
Well, they should. Buffalo in particular. I mean, I hope
Go ahead, Mark. Say Buffalo, Minnesota. That's what you want.
No, well, I'd love to see Buffalo, Minnesota, but I think it's going to be Baltimore and the Eagles go back.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going KC over Minnesota.
I'm going...
Back to Super Bowl 4.
I'm going... Detroit against the Browns.
The Browns.
I always love that one.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, have fun. Yeah. Don't forget to text me.
Tenebee, thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We're back tomorrow at 12 noon. Stick around. Big Ticket JG there next year on The Fan.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash. wherever you are.
I'm a fraud.
Yes.
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
Time for a sofa upgrade? Visit WashableSofas.com and discover Anabay, where designer style meets budget-friendly prices, with sofas starting at $699. Anabay brings you the ultimate in furniture innovation with a modular design that allows you to rearrange your space effortlessly. Perfect for both small and large spaces, Anabay is the only machine-washable sofa inside and out. Say goodbye to stains and messes with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics that make cleaning easy. Liquid simply slides right off. Designed for custom comfort, our high-resilience foam lets you choose between a sink-in feel or a supportive memory foam blend. Plus, our pet-friendly, stain-resistant fabrics ensure your sofa stays beautiful for years. Don't compromise quality for price. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your living space today with no-risk returns and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get up to 60% off plus free shipping and free returns. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.